Okay. We've got Paige Mott, Sarah Lewis, and Coach. We'll start with an opening statement and then questions for you afterwards.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Credit to Coppin State. They came in, they played a tough game. I think it was a game of runs, a lot of different lead changes back and forth. And, they came out on top. And so just credit to them for kind of weathering the storm. It was a possession type of a game, and they were able to come out on top.
I have a question for you, Coach. Can you talk about coaching an overtime period and what goes into that on your end, especially with making a lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight it was more kind of going with the flow and who was in a flow. I think they did a good job of kind of changing up defenses, went into a zone, so just trying to have enough shooters, on the floor as well. So, I think we played a lot of people today. I don't think we typically play that many people, but just really looking for, a rhythm and who was hot and what was the good, connection with those 5 people on the court. And so we were just kind of, offense and defense as well.
Yeah, both of you, Coach and Paige, Layla Lawrence, one of the best players in the MEAC. You just talk a little bit about the game plan going into defending her, and Paige, like what it's like, defending a player that caliber.
Game plan, she takes about half of their team shots. Game plan was basically stop her, slow her down. We didn't do the best job of that. She had 20-something points. She's strong. That's a strong girl, stronger than I thought. That's all I got to say. She's a good player.
Yeah, I think, our post defense, we really worked on preparing our players to play against her. She is a good player. We're going to see other players similar to that, in the A10, inside out, right? She wasn't connecting from outside, but, really, really tough matchup, interior wise. Tried to dig when we could off of some guards and trying to not give up shots while we're doing that.
For Sarah, Coach mentioned that zone that they switched into kind of looked like they were throwing a 2-1-2 and then maybe a 2-3 as well at certain times. Yeah. Can you talk about that zone and how you guys tried to adjust, but it did end up slowing you guys down late in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a momentum shift. We got into a good flow for a while, moving the ball. You got to share the ball. You got to communicate as a team, and so doing that, moving the ball, sharing it. The ball has energy, so you got to make sure to share it, move it around, try to get a good bucket. Yeah.
And Coach, coming into the game, I think Nat's played about 20 minutes so far in her career, 18 minutes tonight. Can you just talk a little bit about what you saw from her on the court tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we talked the other day about her getting in and playing and being a contributor for us. And I think, she's been in the system now. This is year 3. She works really hard in practice. She moves, shares the ball well. I thought she was terrific. The ball kind of just ended up in her hands because she was in the right spot, for some offensive rebounds, putbacks. She makes really good passes to our post players. And so I would look for her to continue to get those opportunities as she's really earned them.
Sarah, you had a double-double tonight. The team had a lot of success rebounding overall. Can you talk about what went into that and how you found that success?
Yeah. That was a key to win, finishing each possession with the box out, making sure we're just limiting their attempts. And we did a great job. I think we had over 40 rebounds as a team, gang rebounding, getting the guards to crash, everyone in the paint fighting for that rebound. That's tough work. And so I applaud our team for doing that in practice. We consistently use the cupcake for rebounding drills, different things like that. So, yeah.
Coach, can you talk about that last possession in the fourth quarter where Maxine was able to hit that 3 what you guys drew up going into that?
Yeah, I mean, Max is a terrific shooter, and, I know she's had a lot of shots, this year, and we trust her regardless of, if she's made or missed the last 10. We still feel like that shot's going in for Max. And so, right, it's always a tough position to be in when you get those opportunities, and she was able to knock it down.
Can you also talk about that last, like maybe 30 seconds where you guys had the ball, turned it over, they missed both the free throws, then Sarah, you go up, get the ball knocked out with 8 seconds left, then you have that couple chances from 3. Can you talk about kind of that whole process? Because, you guys had to take multiple timeouts, talk it over multiple times. Just how your game plan evolved over that.
Yeah, I think, we hadn't really been in that situation, to this point in time. So, like, it's good to get in those situations, especially before conference play starts. Like, what can our team handle if we've practiced this, if we haven't practiced that? Is it going to be man? Is it going to be zone? All of those things, are really important. We executed some well and we didn't execute some well. And we were able to get up a couple shots, regardless, just getting some offensive rebounds. And so, right, sometimes you just have to make a play. It's not about, the play that you draw up.
Last one.
And then a few frustrating losses in a row. What's the message to the team to move forward?
Yeah, we just had to embrace where we are, and we have to fight for what we want moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.